afternoon, Realtors, and welcome back to your SCR update, your go-to source for what's happening in the world of real estate and how it impacts you and your business. This is episode 384. Today is February the 10th, and as always, I'm your real estate influencer, as indicated by this YouTube, whatever that is. We need to get that to light up next time, Mike. And host, Nick Kremydas, CEO of South Carolina Realtors. Realtors, I know we are off schedule. It's Tuesday, it's not Monday. We've had a couple of snow days in between this and our last podcast, and I hope that everyone survived the snowmageddon, snow blizzard, whatever that was that hit our state. But weather is trying to warm up. I think I saw some sunshine yesterday. But we're a little bit off our schedule, but that doesn't mean we don't have some great updates for you. So let's jump straight into what you need to know this week. Since it's February, we are leaning into Black History Month. And I wanted to start today with a piece of history that sits right at the intersection of real estate, community, and civil rights. If you've ever stood at the MLK Memorial in D.C., you've seen the Stone of Hope, that massive granite sculpture of Dr. King emerging from the mountain. But what many realtors don't realize is the role that the National Association of Realtors played in making that monument happen. NAR was one of the major early donors, contributing $1 million to the memorial's fund. It's a powerful reminder that housing isn't just about inventory or interest rates. It's about the right to belong in a community, a cause that Dr. King gave his life for. As we discuss bills and legislation and all the other issues impacting our industry, let's remember that the goal of every housing policy should be to make that stone of hope, that American dream of home ownership, a reality for every family in South Carolina and across our great country. So now let's get into the news. Big night last night in D.C. The U.S. House passed the Housing for the 21st Century Act with a extreme, you just don't get bipartisan votes like this anymore these days. The vote was 390 to 9. And here's what that landscape looks like right now. You know, the House and Senate both are dealing with housing issues in a way that we haven't seen really since the GI Bill and those post-World War II measures to address housing in our country. So the House Bill 6644, is about supply and speed. It's about cutting red tape. It streamlines NEPA environmental reviews to stop projects from being stuck in what's called permitting purgatory for months or even years. It modernizes HUD. It finally removes some very old rules that, for instance, that require manufactured homes to have a permanent chassis, wheels. The law requires mobile homes to have wheels on them. And this will instantly cut anywhere from $5,000 to $15,000 off the price of prefab housing, making it more affordable literally overnight. It addresses the power of banks. It raises the public welfare investment cap for banks from 15 to 20%. That small movement will basically unlock billions of dollars in private capital for affordable housing. Now, the Senate has what they call the Road to Housing Act. That's ROAD stands for, they love acronyms, right? Just like realtors do. ROAD stands for Renewing Opportunity in the American Dream to Housing Act. It's I would call it the older brother of the House bill. While the House focuses on construction, the Senate bill goes deeper into landlord incentives and small dollar mortgages, addressing, getting much more into the weeds of finance and financing for housing and not only affordable but also workforce housing projects as well. Both bills agree on streamlining and raising bank investment caps. The Senate's bill includes more oversight on HUD's performance, which will be a key point in any reconciliation between the two bills. At this point, it's just a matter of getting I forget the committee where they mark these bills up and reach compromises, but ultimately it also has to fit with the president's agenda on housing, which of course is leaning heavily on the power of the executive pen through executive action. President, as you've heard me talk about, recently directed Fannie and Freddie to buy $200 billion in mortgage-backed securities to force interest rates down. However, his budget proposal differs from Congress, and he's pushing to block grant Section 8 and other rental assistance, basically pushing them back to the states rather than centralized in D.C. It's a kind of power to the states versus federal oversight showdown that we will be watching and monitoring, and our National Association advocacy team will certainly be reporting back to us a little bit later as this session goes on and as we deal with the new election season and all the politics that come with that. So, Mike, I think it's time for our favorite segment, Don't Do That. All right, it's time for Don't Do That, where we highlight the common mistakes, ethical slip-ups, and risky business practices you need to avoid. From compliance headaches to client horror stories, we're here to help you stay out of hot water. So let's dive in. Today I'm going to do something a little different, Mike. I'm going to focus on some friendly consumer advice. Think of this as a, what are those ads called? Where they're public service announcement, PSA, public service announcement, thanks. So realtors, chances are, if you're not currently, you will be working with an out-of-state client. South Carolina, recognized as the fastest growing state in the country and the state where more people are moving to than any other state. So chances are pretty good that you've got an out-of-state client that's bringing a car or truck that they're going to need to register here in the Palmetto State. Don't let them go to the DMV with their out-of-state title and expect to walk out with a beautiful South Carolina license plate. The South Carolina DMV will look at your client like they've got three heads if you haven't paid your personal property tax to the county first. People lose entire afternoons standing in the wrong line. Don't let your client do that. Once they've closed on the property and you know that the county that they will be living in, send them first to the county assessor's office with their out-of-state title and their odometer reading. The assessor will issue a bill that the client can then take to the county treasurer's office to pay. Usually, the assessor or treasurer's office are in the same government building. That's the way it is in most counties around the state. Then, once they've got that paid tax receipt, then they can go to the DMV, get their title work straightened out, and all of that. So one pro tip, and this is important that you check your odometer, and certainly realtors, I know you've got some high miles on your car because of the mobile office that it allows you to have. If you or your client have a late model car with lots of miles, they may qualify for high mileage discounts in many counties, but you've got to ask the auditor for it before you pay the bill. If you pay the bill and ask for the discount later, well, the county will say, thanks for the donation. So don't do that. Realtors, inform your clients how to transfer their title. The new DMV website was just recently updated. Great information, great resources. Share that with your client, and you can be a hero as they make their transfer to South Carolina. Mike, that's our breakdown for today. Kind of stumbled through all of that today. Realtors, a couple of things to have on your radar over the next couple of months. Our annual Capital Conference this year is rebranded as the Realtors Legislative Meetings, taking place March 3rd and 4th. That registration is open now on our website. And finally, there's the teleprompter got stuck. See, y'all know when I was using a teleprompter here, right? And finally, just want to reiterate something I shared with you on our last update. The board of directors of SCR met last month and debated and approved changes to the SCR Forms Library. We're making a major announcement tomorrow. We have a broker webinar scheduled at 2 p.m. and we'll be reviewing those changes to the forms along with a FinCEN update. And I'll have more on FinCEN next week on our update. We'll probably do just a standalone update on that, Mike, because it's going to impact quite a few of our members' transactions. SCR is also going to host a couple of town hall webinars later this month for all of our members. Please check your emails this week. The links for registering are all there. So, Realtors, thank you for tuning in this week. Stay safe, stay Realtor strong, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care, everyone.